Very little fresh food do you eat. You pop something in a microwave and you put it in your stomach, and you wonder why you don't have the vitality that you should have as a powerful young man. You don't eat right, and you're not thinking right. And now, if you don't eat right, by the time you're 35, you look like you're 60. Some of you get out there and play basketball and drop dead. And you're young men. You're being fed death. You live in Burger King. You live in Wendy's, McDonald's, fast food death, killing you. Some of you don't even know what it's like to have a good, wholesome meal. And because as men, we are non-productive, our women don't have respect for us. Oh, it's pretty rough. We begin to think that being a man is having good sex.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And the woman get tired of a 15-minute, 20-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute ordeal. Hey man, what you gonna do with the rest of the day? 24 hours in a day. You deal with her body for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, some of you an hour. What you gonna do with her head? You don't know how to control her. You don't know how to handle your woman. So she beats you down with sex. She beats you down with her mind. She twisting you around and running your life. I mean, how in the hell do you think you look in the eyes of God? A man being ruled by sex, a man being ruled by a female. God made you to rule, man. Not with your fists, but rule with the intelligence of a well-developed mind. Look at how destroyed we are. So because, brothers, y'all all right? Yes, sir. Because, brothers, we don't know what real pleasure is. We think that real pleasure is in a woman. Or if you're a little strange, that real pleasure is in a man. Real pleasure, brother, was never meant to come from sex. Real pleasure comes when the mind conceives an idea, and you are able to bring the idea from the mind and make it real, so you can look at what you created, what you produced, and stand back, so your whole soul begins to vibrate because you're a producer. Give me a couple more minutes. This wicked plan has us now looking at our women as though they're the enemy. So in not knowing how to guide them, not knowing how to be the real husband, the real man in our homes, we beat our women. And any man that beats a woman, brother, is not really a real man. You never have to beat a woman if you really love a woman. You could never do that. But look, brothers, you live under such stress, man. It's hell to be a black man in America. Our whole existence is nothing but pain and more pain. And that's why drugs seem to be so necessary, because for a fleeting moment, you can escape your pain. So the wicked chemists, they put together a crack cocaine that goes right to the pleasure center of your brain. One hit, and you hooked. And the more you take it, the more you want it, your whole personality becomes distorted, where you no longer recognize as the young man or brother or sister or husband or father that you once were. In that state of mind, you take off your own daughter. You kill your mother. You rob her, you beat her for crack money. In that state of mind, nobody looks like anything to you, so it's easy and easier to kill. Where did you get the gun? You didn't get it at the gun shop. Illegal weapons are all in the black community now. AK-47s, street sweepers, 9mm, Uzis. And brothers, you know, when you get the gun in your hand, you know what I mean? It kind of makes you feel, you know, you got a little juice now. You know? Without the gun, you call the dog don't come. You call your wife or your daughter, she look at you funny. But when you got a gun in your hand, look like you really got power now. And since Mao Zedong said power grows out of the barrel of a gun, now many of the brothers, when you get the gun in your hand, you feel this sense of power. So when you tell a man, get out your car and give me your money, and when he looked like he's moving too slow, you pop a cap and you don't shoot to miss. The gun may be crazy because you don't go to the range. So you shoot point blank and it goes across the street and kill a baby. So you kill your brother and you watch his life ebb away. You take his money and run, or pull him out the car, bleeding on the ground. You get in with his wife or his daughter in the car. Shut up, and you drive off. Take her to a wooded area, rape her, then kill her. We're doing this, brothers, to each other. And let me tell you, brothers, we are sowing the seeds of hatred so strong in our own community, it's almost impossible for us to find the love necessary to bring about unity. The enemy has dealt us a blow. But check this out. See, he planned and God planned. Now, he never thought that the Bloods and the Crips would come together. But you know, brothers, underneath all the garbage, there's something in you that I want to acquaint you with in the next few minutes to tell you who you are. See, if you think you're nothing, you act like nothing. But once you know who you are, then the enemy's plans can be turned back. Let me show you how. Brothers, look, God wouldn't come after you if he didn't find tremendous value in you. In the Holy Quran, I'm going to read something to you that's going to tell you something about who you are. It reads like this: O people, keep your duty to your Lord. It's a big statement. It didn't say make up a duty. It said keep your duty. Meaning that every one of us has a duty to God. He's called here Lord because he, Allah, was with you when you were sperm. When your father and mine emitted us into our mothers, there may have been 100 million sperm to 1 billion or more, but only one sperm could fertilize the egg, and that one was you. You beat the odds to get here. Did you know, brother, that the vaginal tract of the female is a hostile environment? It will kill the sperm. That's why the sperm got to move swiftly. You survive a hostile environment, and the odds that you would make it was 100 million to 1 billion to 1, and you made it, and you had to swim upstream against the pull of gravity to get to the egg. And you passed all those 3 tests to get here. Now don't tell me, if you could do all of that as a sperm, now that we are fully grown with intelligence, that we can't master the hostile environment, the odds, and come up against the pull of gravity to become the great people that God intends for us. When mama wasn't there, God was present in the womb. And brother, you and I took a journey from sperm mixed with ovum. We became a clot. Mom didn't even know what was happening. Then from a clot, we became an embryo, then a fetus, and then we came forward out of the darkness of our mother's womb, swimming for 9 months in a bag of waters, developing ears, eyes, nose, brain, heart, lungs, liver, kidney. From one cell, we grew to 1 billion cells and billions of cells, now ready to come out of the darkness into the light of a universe to become its master. That's your role. And when you came out of your mother's womb, brothers, you did not have to ask. It was already prepared for you to feed on your mother and ultimately to feed on the universe, to grow, to become a master. So the scripture says, keep your duty to him who created you from a life germ and evolved you stage by stage. Look, man, you don't need no priest. no minister as any intermediary for you with God? Don't you ever anymore think that because the reverend has his collar on, or I am a minister, that I got more juice with God than you. He was with you in your mother's womb. Don't tell me he's not with you now and you can't call on him now and have a direct channel to God now. You don't need any statues, any stones, any priests, any imam, any sheikh, any president, any king. It's you and God. And once your relationship with God is intact, you got the power to move, man. And that's what the enemy don't want. He does not want you to get your relationship with your Creator on track. Now follow me, brothers. You know instinctively you owe God a duty. You know how I know you know? Because the Quran says, you know, when a man is on a ship and the winds come and blow the ship about, said he makes his prayer sincere. And every one of you have been in some trouble that was so deep that if you never prayed before, come on now. When you got in that trouble, how many have been in that kind of trouble? Would you just raise your hand? Oh, okay. We all brothers in here. And when you got in that trouble, brother, you didn't talk and not be mindful of what you were saying. I mean, you got down with your prayer, didn't you, brother? And what did you tell God? What did you tell him? You said, God, if you remember, if you get me out of this thing this one time, I promise you, God, I'll serve you for the rest of my days. Did you say it? So you know. And we fell back on our promise, didn't we, brothers? But look at this. It says, keep your duty to your Lord who created you from a single being and created its mate of the same kind. This is to say to you, brothers, don't make no nuisance on my post. Don't disturb what I'm teaching. Whatever you got to do, you do it. It's so important, brothers. And if you miss a word, sometimes it could mean your life. He created us from a single being. Who's the single being? It's him. So if God created us from a single being, which is himself, he's the one, the only. The only reality, the only true source of life is God himself. He created you from him. Then he says he created his mate of the same kind, and from these two he spread many men and women. Who are you? Oh, brothers, let's look at this. Reverend, the Bible says from one blood he created all men. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad asked the question, who is the original man? The original man is that man from whom all other men take their life. The Quran says the original man, Adam, was made from black mud and fashioned into shape. Those of you who are Caucasian, please don't be angry or upset, because this ain't about racism. It's not about black supremacy. It's about truth. Listen, if the white man were the first man, you couldn't get here, because it's a genetic impossibility for two white people to produce anything but themselves. Yeah, that's true. That's just true. So, white folk, it is silly for you to go around talking about you supreme and you didn't create yourself. Whatever you got, we gave it to you. And if you challenge me on it, I'll prove it to you. Everything you got it from us. And that's why the Bible tells you, honor your mother and your father, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord your God gave you. Yeah. Brothers, this is not for us to show off. The black man is the origin of all human life. From you, you could get brown, red, yellow. In our audience today, and I hope brother will not be embarrassed by what I am about to say, but I have a brother here who is an albino. Would you stand, brother? Give it to him. Go ahead, brother man. That's our brother. Can I get some juice? Thank you. That's our brother. He got blonde hair. His skin is nearly white. His eyes are very light. But he's a black man from the original, showing you that if we could produce him, you know we got you. That's how we got you. Yes, sir. It's just a fact, brother. Now, brothers, how old are you, black man? How old? The sun don't show your birth, neither the moon nor the stars. You can't find your record in the stones, in the sea, because before there was a universe, you were there. Oh, yeah. That's why the Bible calls you the Ancient of Days, having no beginning of days or ending of years. You are an ancient priest of the Most High God. Messed up, but deep down inside, man, you vibrate from the soul of God. This is why when a man come to you talking foolishness, he never can reach the essence of you.
But if he come talking God right, you sit just like you're sitting tonight. Calm, cool, collected, disciplined. Look at yourself. You ain't never seen this many black men together in a room in New Orleans and there's no fighting, no argument. Look at you. Brothers, God made you from himself. So that means that he is in you. The Quran says that your nature and God's nature is the same nature. Set your face for religion being upright. The nature made by Allah in which he has made man. He made you to live upright, and he gave you his nature. So no matter what you look like on the surface, your essence is divine. Now, brothers, wait a minute. I ain't finished. Each one of you is of divine. God never created one of us and didn't give us something of himself. And nothing that came from you is without the gift of God. The Caucasian is the last human to come out of the family of the original man. And look at him. He's conquering space